Hello, I am Joe McDonald and this is Big Mac's Battle Blogs, and today I thought I'd show you an interesting variety of propellant powders, or gunpowders as most of you know them. Now, this stuff here, as you can see, it's kind of granular, about like a quarter, like a normal piece of basmati rice cut into four. That is from 7.62 by 54R Russian, well, rimmed rather, PKM or Dragunov type ammunition. This stuff here, which you can see is much finer, is from 5.45 AK-74 ammunition. This stuff here, let's remove the little bits of paper we were using to spoon it out. This stuff here is much flatter, more like a flake of something, and that is from the VOG 17 automatic grenade launcher. Now we get into slightly more confusing territory. Well, where's that tin gone? Missing a tin. This stuff here, which is like a little pellet of rabbit food, but smaller, you know, like a grain of coarse sea salt kind of size, about 1mm by 2.5mm, is from a 14.5mm heavy machine gun. But it's not black, it's not a blacky silvery grey anymore, it's a greeny brown. Now, where were we? Oddly enough, there is inside a cluster munition. At the front there's a nose cone which explodes when it hits the ground. Behind that is a metal container, and I think we still should have. Behind one is a metal container just like this. Now, some of them contain actual black powder, and it's really chunky stuff. It's like little pea-sized lumps of charcoal with a bit of finer stuff mixed in there. But some of them contain very, very fine powder that's almost exactly the same as the nitro powder out of a 5.45 AK-74 round. Why does one have the chunky black powder and the other have the really fine rifle, like small rifle type powder? I don't know, not yet anyway. And now we're gonna get into the spaghetti. We got the linguine. We got the macaroni. And then we got the spaghettis. And all of them come out of the booster unit for what I'd call the sort of RPG family. Now, some of them, the spaghetti, comes out of this, which isn't an RPG. It's a round from the cannon on a BMP-1. You know, I thought they fired like a little artillery shell, but no, they fire something like this. So it's the term rocket propelled is a misnomer. They are self-propelled, they are recoilless rifle rounds, basically. In the case of the BMP-1, I guess it's not a recoilless rifle round because there is in fact a breech there. But yeah, the RPG warheads, things like this little baby and this big baby, all get fired by the linguine and the macaroni and the spaghetti all exploding and getting shook forward. Why are the different sizes? Why do some look like linguine? Why do some look like macaroni? Why do some look like spaghetti? I don't know. Not yet anyway. Could just be down to different ease of manufacture techniques across the ex-Soviet Empire's vast plethora of weapons and munition manufacturing facilities, or there might be some actual physics behind it. But as we said earlier, why does one 152 cluster munition have this big chunky black powder inside the charge that forces the cluster bombs out the back of the shell? And why do some have really fine rifle powder? No, I don't know. There's also my favourite one I've found, which is an initiation for part of the RPG system, is this. And this is full of black powder, but I call it the tea bag of death. Anyway, that's all for me, Joe McDonald at Big Mac's Battle Blogs, and as always to our pro-Russian and Vatnik listeners, Idina Hojza Lupa.